Shalom Akim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakwakadash, the honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Rule and the Akim out there on the highways and byways, preaching the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, preaching the gospel of Lord Yahushai with all diligence and sincerity of mind. This is Brother Manash DC Camp with a short lesson. So you already see on the screen of this issue of the coronavirus. It's scaring a lot of people. A lot of folks praying that they don't catch, they don't catch it. But hey, it's up to the Lord. That's why the man of the Lord always gotta have faith and try their best. To live a healthy lifestyle. And just stick with the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. And that the reason why these plagues are coming upon the earth is because of disobedience. It's because of ignoring of the everlasting covenant. All right. All right. This is the word of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. The dietary laws. The sanitary laws. It's that simple. But what can you say? You know. We live in a society that's desperate. For pleasure. And this is what you get. There's the results, okay? And our people, you don't really see them making memes like they are making memes for World War III. All right, so you know how Jack is, man. Jack will play, and joke and laugh until shit hits the fan. So you hear about the casualties of this virus. So whether it started in China, whether it started in the United States, whether it started in Africa, it doesn't really change anything. All right, because this stuff is no joke. So I can gotta be circumspect. All right, and gotta understand. Why the Lord, by Shema Shai, give us His words. To tell Him. All right, you can't keep the laws perfectly, but you gotta do your best. Okay, to stay away from individuals that always like to be eating all these unclean foods. All right, so I'm gonna read a precept here from Amos chapter 9, verse 10. All right. So Amos chapter 9, verse 10 is going to be an easy read, but it's a heavy precept. All right. So it says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. All right. So this is going to be an introduction, to the judgment of the Lord by Shema Shai. Because it's just, the Most High is going to be turning up the heat, and when our people start to get jacked up, seriously, then they understand that the Lord by Shema Shai has a bone to pick with them. All right. So, our king are not, they're not ignorant of the Lord's judgment that's coming upon the face of the earth. All right. And I was just watching, the Editor House video. You see, Trump at the World Economic Forum for the year 2020, saying, folks got to ignore and disregard the so-called prophets of doom. It's trying to play that tune of, the world has brighter futures ahead in this dispensation of time. No, this is the end of Esau's rulership. Okay, it's going to be so much pain and trouble to come upon the face of the earth. All right, it's time of evils. Okay, time of civil unrest. All right, so you say a coronavirus. Okay, it says it's a class of respiratory virus. Okay, so there are other classes. Okay, and then you have it says it includes the common cold, SARS, and MERS. Okay, and then they're telling you they don't know how long it takes for it to become full blown. For the virus to reach its strength, and the person gets sick completely. So the Most High has a way of making people bend the knee. It doesn't matter how stubborn they are Or when the Lord Yabashim Shai brings that whip, you know, folks can't do nothing but to just fall in line. And this is just a good example. Okay, so just expect more stories like this to come to pass. All right, because our people need to sit up, man. Especially 1/3, even the elect. This is not the time for us to relax. All right, 2/3 don't count. So the Most High is just gonna use them as cannon fodder. All right. So I'm gonna read another precept here from Second Ezra chapter 16. I'm gonna read verse 14. It says, "Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again, until they come upon the earth." All right. So the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna send this judgment. All right. This is just a judgment of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. The Most High is pissed off. The Most High is angry, and the day of the Lord's vengeance is it's getting closer and closer. Okay. So I can just gotta stay anchored in the spirit. Where the words of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai by Shema Krakodash. And I get a final precept. It's going to be from the book of Ezekiel, chapter 12. Ezekiel chapter 12. I'm going to start from verse 21. Okay. Ezekiel 12:21. And the word of the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai by Shema Krakodash came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, The days are prolonged and every vision faileth? All right. So those folks that think that the words of the Lord are just empty words, all right, they're up, they're up in line for a serious, smackdown, serious awakening. Okay. They think that the words of the Lord are just fruitless, but it's coming to pass, and people are getting nervous. Okay, folks are asking more questions. Okay, then verse 23 says, "Tell them therefore, and thus said the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kokodash, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision." So all the words that the man of the Lord been reading in the Holy Scriptures, on the highways and byways, you're gonna see with your own two eyes. You hear about a RFID microchip, you hear about the preparations for martial law, you hear about the preparations of the elite, to have their own underground bunkers. All right, you hear about the financial collapse, you hear about the war that's brewing up in there in the Middle East, World War III. All right, so everything is just gonna, clash, and it's gonna be a huge boom. A huge, a huge explosion. Clash. Okay, so it's gonna take place. And this is verse 24. For there shall be no more any vain vision of nor flowering divination within the house of Israel. So all these false prophets that like to flatter people with their so-called, vain words, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is going to shut their mouths. Okay? The Most High is going to bring judgment upon all the so-called false prophets. For I am the Lord Yahweh, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall no more be prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word, and will perform it, said the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kwakodash. And that's one thing our people need to get ready for. We live in a time of serious judgment. All right, folks who want to go to sleep and think they're out of the woodworks. No, the Most High is going to set them up, for a huge fall. All right, so I can just gotta stay faithful, stay humble. Expect all hell to break loose very soon, man. because Allah Yahushua says, you don't want to be caught off guard, you know, by the coming of a thief in the night. So, just do your best to be circumspect. Shalom.